My morning started very simply. I heard an explosion. The town where I live is located near the border with Ukraine. At first, I thought that a tire had burst on some truck, but then I realized that there could not be such a loud sound from the tire. Then there were several more series of explosions within like 15 to 20 seconds. After that, I laid in bed for another 50 minutes, trying to understand what had happened and drive bad thoughts away from me. That morning for me began with the fact that I noticed on social networks that people put yellow-blue flags on their photos in support of Ukraine. Many people wrote posts about the invasion. I read a post by Taras in which he asked people to help with real actions and not just by putting flags on their profile photos. When I turned on the TV and found out what was going on, I immediately called my family and found out what was happening to them. Within an hour, my niece called me and said that they were on the road. I didn't hesitate for a second. I immediately explained how to get to my place, sent them the geolocation because they were traveling by car. But I was not prepared for the fact that so many people would come to me. I had to accommodate 8 people in one 2-room apartment. What was my reaction? I was so mobilized that I didn't have time to think about something else. I had to track where they were and guide them around Moldova. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I met the first people. At 5 o'clock, the rest arrived. They spent a total of 8 days with me. I had to provide them with everything they needed, including my bedroom. I tried to provide the best conditions that I had. After they left, I slept the whole day. I was devastated. Everyone is unsure about this. I was at work when it happened. I saw people sitting or sleeping on the floor. Some could not pay by card because it didn't work. After that, I came home and decided that I wanted to help. But at that moment, I didn't know how exactly I can help. I went to the store with a friend and we bought some basic necessities. But at the time, we didn't know what to do with it. In the early days, it was not clear which centers would open and where exactly help would be needed. There were a lot of volunteers there. I arrived at the border probably on the 25th. It was the first time I came to Palanca and saw what was going on. Our volunteers grouped up very quickly. We brought a full trunk of water, napkins, and some hygiene products in order for people to come to their senses a little. There were already a lot of people there. There was nowhere to store it at all. I got the guy's number. There was no leader. Everyone helped. I just called this guy and asked what was necessary. He said that nothing was necessary. Only blankets are needed because people are cold. And basically the people who went out refused any help at all. They took only a bottle of water and then thought about where to go next. People did everything to the best of their abilities and capabilities. For example, in my circle of friends, we reacted very quickly. I read the news in the morning and decided that I should help. Since I don't have a car, I immediately called my friends to arrange everything. We split up. Some went to Atach and others to Palanca border. After 3 or 4 days, we ran out of money because we drove the first refugees and bought everything they needed at our own expense. For example, we stopped on the highway, fed the passengers with buns, then drove them to the right place. But on the 3rd day, we could no longer afford it. We just picked them up and dropped them off. Well, you just understand that your budget is decreasing. No one is forcing you to do anything. Everything is on a voluntary basis. But at some point, the reality begins to dawn on you that you also need to live, eat, and do something besides this. For example, it happened to me like this. The war began and I decided to help. I didn't go to work on Friday. Saturday was a hectic day. I went to Palanca. Sunday was the same. I did not go to work on Monday because I returned late from Palanca on Sunday. Then I realized that my life goes on despite the war and I need to earn money to live. Prices for everything soared at once and I had to somehow combine helping people and my personal life. I began to understand how this will affect us only by the 2nd week. In the 1st week, I was busy helping people. And in the 2nd week, I realized that with all our capabilities, we cannot help everyone.
И сразу у каждого из вас история про конкретное действие. Ну и спасибо, ребята, за беседу, спасибо за разговор.
Было бы за что, да. Спасибо вам.
Musicbed.